Join me as I brave the forest of fear at midnight. Can I make it through without losing my nerve? The forest of fear at midnight. A place where darkness reigns and the imagination runs wild. Legend has it that this forest is home to eerie tales and unbeaten paths that few have dared to tread. Venturing into the woods at midnight can be a daunting task, especially when the darkness seems to swallow you whole. The rustling of leaves, the snapping of twigs, and the hooting of owls can play tricks on your mind, making you question what's real and what's just your imagination. It's easy to get lost in the labyrinth of trees, and before you know it, the silence can become deafening. The forest has a way of making you feel like you're being watched, and the more you walk, the more you realize that you're not alone. Every step feels like a gamble, as if the forest is waiting for you to take one wrong turn. As I delve deeper into the darkness, the trees seem to close in around me, casting long, ominous shadows on the ground. Every sound makes me jump, and I find myself questioning my decision to venture in here alone. The forest has a way of toying with your emotions, making you feel like you're on edge, waiting for something to happen. And then out of nowhere, a twig snaps, and I'm left wondering if I'm really alone. The darkness can be overwhelming, making it difficult to distinguish between reality and paranoia. You start to wonder if the legends are true, if the forest is indeed haunted by spirits that roam free under the light of the moon. Every step feels like a risk, as if I'm playing with fire, and the forest is waiting for me to make one wrong move. People have ventured into these woods before, seeking thrills and chills, but not all of them have made it out unscathed. There are stories of ghostly apparitions, disembodied voices, and unexplained sightings that will send chills down your spine. Some claim to have seen shadowy figures lurking in the trees, while others have reported hearing whispers in the wind. These stories are etched in my mind as I make my way through the darkness, and I can't help but wonder if I'll become the next cautionary tale. One particularly chilling account tells the story of a group of friends who ventured into the forest, seeking to debunk the legends. They set up camp, hoping to capture evidence of the paranormal, but what they got instead was a night of unexplained terror. Doors would slam shut on their own, and the sound of footsteps echoed through the trees, even though no one was there. It wasn't until they stumbled upon an ancient ritual site, surrounded by strange symbols and artifacts, that the true horror began. They barely made it out alive, but the experience left them shaken, and the memory of that night still haunts them to this day. As I stand here, surrounded by the darkness, I can feel the tension building up inside me. The stories are etched in my mind, and I know that I'm not alone. There's something out here watching me, waiting for me to make one wrong move. Every step feels like a gamble, as if I'm playing with fire, and the forest is waiting for me to get burned. But the most gripping story of all is the one about a lone hiker who stumbled upon an abandoned cabin deep in the woods. The cabin was old and worn, with cobwebs hanging from the ceiling, but it was what lay inside that would haunt the hiker's dreams for years to come. Strange symbols adorned the walls, and a fireplace that seemed to be lit by an unseen hand. The hiker tried to leave, but the doors were stuck, trapping him inside. And then the whispers started, soft, raspy voices that seemed to come from all directions. The hiker was frozen in terror, unable to move or speak, as the voices grew louder, more menacing. The forest has a way of getting under your skin, making you question what's real and what's just your imagination. But as I stand here, surrounded by the darkness, I know that I've reached the peak of terror. This is the heart of the forest of fear, where legends come to life and the unknown lurks around every corner. As I reflect on the stories I've shared tonight, I'm reminded of the fear and mystery that midnight forests evoke. They have a way of tapping into our deepest fears, making us question what lies beyond the edge of reality. The forest of fear. At midnight is more than just a place. It's a state of mind, a journey into the unknown, where the bravest of souls dare to tread. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the heart of darkness. If you've got a midnight forest story of your own, share it with me in the comments below. And if you're ready for more, be sure to check out my next video on urban legends that will send chills down your spine.